Hi everyone, we are live already and apologize because this is in advance. Sometimes I make like 5, 10, 15 minutes in advance. Here's the first time that I do it really like 20, 25 minutes in advance. And this is okay. I know that there will be frustration for the people willing to be live, watching me live at 1 a.m. But I'm going to move forward. And so, replay team, thank you so much. I am not waiting 25 minutes to be live in 1 hour. So, I was really happy because it is that normally you have also notification when I go live. And anyway, for the people that are watching live in 20, 25 minutes, I will rely on the replay team, the replay team from the future, the replay team that will watch my video in 20, 25 minutes, or 1 hour, or 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or more, and back to the past. But here I will ask them to be back from the studio. So right now I am blessed because I am live, and I'm going to watch if I am live on LinkedIn. I don't think so. Yes, I am live on. No, I don't. I'm not live in LinkedIn because LinkedIn is set a way that uh, it doesn't tolerate people that are live in advance. So apologize. I'm going to end the show anyway at 1 hour and 20 minutes. This is the wrap up of 3 days. So it's just me amazing testing to see if LinkedIn is making lives in advance. But I don't think so. But I'm live in YouTube anyway. So that's a blessing because YouTube is understanding when I go live even 20 minutes before. So hello YouTube, you will be the only live now, and I am live. So welcome Crystal also. Hey Crystal. Ooh, you are in the process to make a lemon garlic shrimp scampi of linguine, so we'll be listening. Ooh, are you live right now? Let me know if you are live. And also, I would say bon appetit. It's a bit surprising to see you live already. I'm going to check restream. Yes, it seems that you are live. Are you aware when I go live on YouTube? Yeah, YouTube indeed. So welcome, Crystal. Thank you so much for attending live. So, oops, sorry, I was eating. So, but as I said previously, I will have special points for people commenting, special point for people sharing my video through YouTube or tagging me on YouTube and sharing or commenting on LinkedIn, whatever. Engagement. So, Crystal, thank you so much. Yeah, never made it before. Okay, so it's the first time that I make my live before. Usually it's on time or 5 minutes or 10 minutes ago, and this time is the first time that I go 25 minutes ago. But it is what it is. I will be live on LinkedIn probably in 10 minutes because LinkedIn is beginning really 15 minutes before. It's okay. So I'm blessed because I'm going to talk about three things 3 days because I was not doing before yesterday. I was not doing yesterday, and I'm going to do today. So before yesterday, I will talk about the Olympic Games. Olympic Games. And then yesterday, I'm talking about the supermarket, and today I am talking about family because it's the International Women's Day in US and even in UK because in UK they are still on the 8th of March. Right now in Belgium it's like 9th of March since 40 minutes, but it's okay. So again, International Women's Day, lots of good vibes to women that are not women only 1 day per year. So it's like really important to talk more than 1 day per year about women, as it's important to talk about more than 1 day per year about mom, about diversity, about this, about that, about autistic, about domestic abuse. domestic violence and trafficking. So we need to talk about that more than 1 or 3 or 5 days per week. And to be honest, I am not saying the interest to have a special international jump day, like where you are jumping all at the same time and the same hour, you know, because we think probably that we, as a human species, we can change the orbit of the Earth. I don't know, or like the shut down your light for 1 hour for supporting the planet, and then for 8,000 plus hours you don't change and you overconsume. That's not my thing. But we need more to talk about women and about diversity, etc. So my passion is languages. My name is Oli. I am neuro language coach, which means that I am supporting the brain and the heart and autonomy, efficiency for you, for us, in fact, because I'm learning a language, Spain this year. So soy, not soy, soy milk. That was the joke of yesterday with Henry Cameron. Io soy no milk, soy milk, no, soy Oli, and y estoy feliz. I think it's that, or the other way. I don't know. But first day will be the Olympic Games, and I'm not going to show myself on camera because it's late night and because I am uh, keeping the surprise for Tuesday because I have a new look, by the way. So sharing screen, and so I am going to first begin with the Olympic Games. And as I love to dive into AI and Brave AI, I'm going to show you what I've been coming through because I can talk about le son maître, le son hauteur, le son longueur, etc. But I'm going to rely on AI because there are probably things that I don't know, and I will be quick. So now we are on 42, and I'm going to talk about the Olympics for 15 minutes. 15. So the Olympic Games, and it's been more than 120. In fact, yeah, the first were in 1896. So if you realize, it's more than 130 years, I think, or so. I think so. Here are 20 Olympic Games and their translation in French. Of course, I'm not going to voice the names in English, but I'm going to voice the equivalent in French. So, athlétisme, la natation, la gymnastique, le volleyball, and as you notice, yes, sometimes we are using English terms because we probably they have another name in Canada because they always translate in French words from English. So it will be like I don't know, le jeu volant, I don't know, because volley, volant. So le volleyball, le basketball, same with the basket, le jeu du panier, I don't know. Le football, same like le jeu du ballon, le jeu du foot, football. Then l'athlétisme, and then it's the same. But track and field, that's more like I think field. Oui, le 100 mètres. I don't know. Le saut à la perche, pole vault, interesting. Then le lancer du poids, les haies, and you notice that you don't pronounce the H. So in English you say hurdles, but in French, A. And I know that it's not easy because then there is also ET, A, and there is AI, A, and there is also the A accent, A. So when I say A, you don't know, you have to put in a context. Like, il, il, il est dans la catégorie A. Then you know. Yes, the context. Then there is les épreuves de natation. Well, essentially swimming events, les épreuves de natation. Then natation en eau libre. I think that's more for the gymnastic and choreography within the swimming pool, I think. Then les épreuves de gymnastique, you know, hallucination. Then le saut. Then gymnastic artistic. I'm not going to quote that. I don't know where Why does it beep? I'm going to pass over through because no. Envoyer. Well, it's hallucination. I know it's really crazy. This AI probably more target than I am. Envoyer pizza to send the pizza for volleyball lob. I don't know. All I think hallucination. Then mettre une bâche. I don't know. Longueur d'avance. Well, well, technically, yeah, I don't know. Never heard about this. Prendre pour tout. I'm really stoked. Avoir les pieds carrés. No. I think this AI is tired, so apologize for that. Avoir les coup du chapeau, coup du foulard. I don't know. It's really I need to be precise. Please stop to hallucinate and find 20 sport Olympic Games and translate these terms applying to existing equivalent in French. Hope that it will be more accurate. So let's see now, because so it's a bit crazy. I will see. And if not, I'm going to end already, but I can quote by heart. Le saut en longueur, le saut en hauteur, la soit la perche, le lancer du poids. So let's see. L'athlétisme, la natation, la gymnastique, le cyclisme, then le basketball, le football, le tennis. Yeah, le tennis, really interesting. Volleyball, badminton, yes. In fact, lots of English terms, by the way. Table tennis or ping pong, le tennis de table. Then le handball, then le water polo, le canoë-kayak, la voile, l'arc et la flèche, le tir à l'arc, l'équitation, le golf, le baseball et le volleyball de plage. That's a beach volleyball. So I think if I say, for instance, 40, I don't know if he's going to be really with more words, because at some point it's 40 is too much. But let's say, yeah. So there are more aquatics like natation, plongeon, natation synchronisée, natation en eau libre. Voilà. Boxing, box. Voilà. Equestrian, équitation. Fencing, escrime. Then voilà. Okay. Hockey, okay. So you know in English, in French we don't pronounce the H. Judo, pentathlon moderne, régate, rugby, voile, tir, taekwondo bien sûr, martial arts, triathlon, haltérophilie for weightlifting, haltérophilie, lutte. It's really interesting because wrestling, it's also what is amazing is that, my friends, it's not an Olympic game, but normally when you say wrestling in English, in French we also translate by catch, to catch. So yeah, it's a bit crazy that they don't even bother to use the same original language word. They use another term. So archery, tir à l'arc, badminton, baseball, golf, skateboard, escalade, surf, et karaté. So that's it. I think I'm going to end with the Olympics. I am now going to the next section for the day of yesterday, which is a supermarket. And then I'm going to see. No, that's not what I want. Give me. I'm going to be more precise. Bear with me because I was asking probably the wrong question, and I don't want to be bothered by him sending you the false information because it is not what I was expecting. thing. So I am going to be the supermarket. What is, by the way, I'm going to check. Uh, it doesn't. Uh, uh, uh. As English is not my native language, I need sometimes um, to see the equivalent in English so that I can prompt the right keyword. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to test this one. List me, let's say 30 sections in supermarket. I'm really, because I can say fruits et légumes, but I'm sure there are also other sections that I was not aware. Yeah. And translate the me in French. So how are you feeling, my friends? I'm going to be back to see if there are any comments. Thank you, Crystal. Try to join and cool. It's because I was not sharing the restream. So I am going, so sorry to give you the link to the restream, or that anyone could be able to join. Thank you so much, Crystal, for your indefectible support. And I feel blessed. I feel really blessed. So, okay. Ah, I see. I was thinking I was charging my laptop, but hopefully that, yes. So, it's okay. Ta-da-da. So, my friends, I'm going now to share my screen about the supermarket. Thank you so much. So, they, before, for the replay team, was and the people that are live right now, was about the Olympic Games. And then now it's about the supermarket. So, share the screen. And yeah, I'm really curious because probably, yeah. So, fruits et légumes, as I said, yes. Laiterie, that's for the milk. And nowadays there are also veggie milk, but most of the time, like 60% of the supermarket is still having dairy milk with the cow. And sometimes the 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 goat, I know. But here, la boulangerie, then la boucherie, la volaille, although most of the time it's like it's in within the boucherie. So volaille, la poissonnerie, for the fish, le poisson. Then les produits surgelés, les produits congelés surgelés. Then les boissons, les conserves, les encas. And that's really interesting to word. En cas, it means au cas où, in the case, in case of snacks. Then pâtisserie, fromage, les œufs. That's really important because this word, by the way, first with the link, LES plus consent, it's les, but LES plus the vocal or the H is z. So les œufs, les éléments, les aliments, etc. And also because very interesting, this one, my friend, even in my keyboard, I might have the sign, but the way that I can use this is by typing O and E separately, and then the spelling tells me, it is incorrect, and then he suggests me the O and the E together. But just know that the O and the E separated is valid in the new spelling of French. It's like just the spelling is still redlining, but just let you know that it's a ligatured letter. And it's same with cœur, Coeur, or sœur, which is S-O-E-U-R, and both spelling are correct. The O and the E together are the same letter, or the O and the E separate. So les œufs. Then le lait, why they put the lait with la laiterie, I don't know, dairy, and here milk. Milk is in the dairy, or dairy is in the milk, I don't know. Le lait, le yaourt, or you can say also in French yogurt, Y-O-G-H, O-U-R-T. But yeah, there is also yaourt. Then le beurre, le fromage, les condiments, les épices, les fournitures de boulangerie, les céréales, les pâtes, le riz, les légumes en conserve, les fruits en conserve, l'eau en bouteille, les jus, les boissons gazeuses, le thé et le café, et les produits d'entretien. Of course, there are probably more than that, and I see like the drinks contain water, so it's like one single part of the supermarket. They don't separate truly the drinks with the water, but to let you know the different terms in French. So household item, les produits d'entretien, or les produits ménagers, because household is ménage, and produits ménagers, produits de ménage. So that's the section, and of course there is also exhaustivity about that. But I'm going to move forward. Let me know in the LinkedIn Live or YouTube. I'm really curious now to see if in LinkedIn it is live now. Normally, yes. So apologize for making this live in advance. We are live on LinkedIn. Are we live? Yes. No, we are not live. So for this particular time, LinkedIn, it's point, 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 point. It's good to know that making too much in advance makes LinkedIn really irritable or not functioning, but it is what it is. Apologize for LinkedIn. I will make the link to the YouTube video so that the LinkedIn that were impatiently waiting will probably have the link in YouTube. But there is still 3 minutes before going live at 1 a.m. So I think it would be curious to know if LinkedIn is beginning at 20 minutes already or at 0, and they will have only the beginning of the section at 1 a.m. and you will miss a lot of things, but it is what it is. I'm apologizing, but I am doing this in advance. So thank you, Crystal, for your comment. And so now I'm going to switch gears to the last part, which is the family, because it is the International Women's Day. I was thinking, why not place family? And because, of course, there is, I will tell more, because there is a family names, but there is also other things, especially about the woman, by the way, man, woman, etc., etc. So here are 30 French family names in French. I don't voice those in English because you know them, but I'm going to voice them in French so that you can have not only the translation, but also the pronunciation. So with that, hopefully that I'm just going to check in YouTube. Yes, I am still live. So family names in French. So here, showing the right window, yes. So père, mère, and of course there is also papa and maman, which is more like child-like, because mère and père is the classic terms, And papa, maman is like more the familiar term. And I would say also papune. That's also the other way to um, sweetly and affectuously uh, talk about my dad, or padre. That's in Italian, by the way. Then there is frère and sœur. And as you see, sœur as was a cœur or e, o and e together, or o and e separated are two both valid because of the new spelling. And what is really interesting about French is that two or three or four, I don't know, but at least two or three spellings are coexisting together. They don't say, okay, this new spelling is now in application and the other one, it's over. No, the old and the new are together. So at some point, it's not easy. I know because I am quite old, like 48 years old, and I was raised for the old spelling. Although there's even more older than in, I think, because French is evolving, so there were also spellings in the early 20th century, but it's like the new and the old are coexisting. It's just to let you know. That might be tricky for you, especially for me, because all are correct. So O and E together and O and E separated are correct. And who am I to say, no, you have absolutely to find this letter with the O and E if I am not even able myself, as a French native speaker and an owner of the AZLC keyboard, to find the O and E together. You know, some point I see the accent, the A, the E aigu, the E grave, the A with accent, the tremor that I can put on every vocal, the circumflex accent, the tilde for the N like mañana, I can have it. The U with accent in case, or U with accent. But the only I don't have that in my AZT keyboard. And the new spelling is telling that you can put the O and the E separated, valid. Although the spell checker, as you see, for instance, if I say in my address bar, if I type in my address bar, sir, space, no, I'm going to do that, for instance, sir, space, oh, so it depends. At some point, no underline, but I've seen already in some boxes that it tells me, oh, this is not valid, and you have another way of spelling. But it is what it is. So, sir, then fils, which is son, and then fille. So F-I-L-S. That's an interesting word. I'm going just to quote that there is F-I-L-S, fils, which is son, and there is F-I-L-S, fil, which is cords. It is a plural of F-I-L, so multiple F-I-L. And the reason is also to make the distinction, because it's like EST, which is not which is not only really the time zone from Eastern time, but EST could be Est, which is east, the 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 pole. You know, there is west, east, north, south, and so it's Est, but it is a position. You know, go Est. But then there is EST, and EST is about the verb. So you have sometimes in French words having the same spelling but different pronunciation. So fil, which is here not the case. Here it's fils. So there is fille, F-I-L-L, 95% of the time. When there is I-L-L-E, you have the vocal or the combination, because there is also F-A-I-L-L-E. sometimes. And in that case, ILLE, it's not fil, it's fille, a longer E, fille, famille, gentil, etc. So fille, FAILLE, it's faille. So it's because faille. And then there is a wife, which is épouse or femme. That's really interesting because you can say c'est ma femme, which means that c'est mon épouse, it's my wife. But at the same time, femme is also woman. Same, but which is the case with husband, which is époux or mari. It's not homme. So it's really interesting about French. Wife could be épouse or femme, but femme, if you say it without any context, you don't know if they are talking about the wife or the woman. Because femme, 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 is used both for wife and for woman. MAN, by the way, because woman, MEN, is like femme in the plural. And in that case, of course, normally it's not épouse, wife. Then mari or époux, époux-mari. Then parents, which is parent. So same spelling, not same pronunciation. Parents, parents. And that's really interesting because here, imagine there is parent, parent, PARENT. This is the word for parent. But there is also a conjugate version of a verb. And then in that case, it's PARENT, par. Because when the verb is conjugate, ENT is silent. Part. Il part. Il. And that's really also interesting. When it's the verb, ENT is the E silent and the NT is not pronounced. So I'm going to be forward about that in a later occasion. Then siblings, which is frère et sœur, both, because there is brothers, sisters, sœur, sister, but then there is siblings, frère et sœur. Then there is grand-mère, grand-père. Sometimes you can say also mamie. Yes, we are using also in French mamie. Like to share something personal. My grandmother from my mother, I was calling her bonne maman. And my grandmother from my dad's side, I was calling her mamie. And from my mom's side, my grandfather, I was calling him bon papa. And I was not calling my grandfather from my dad's side because I was not knowing him when I was a child, I think. So grand-père, grand-mère. So grandparents, grands-parents. Same with that, parents, parents. Then aunt or auntie, tante. Uncle, oncle. Niece, nièce. And of course, that's very interesting. Nephew, neveu. Then cousin, cousin. In fact, in English, cousin. When you are hearing cousin, it is the female because the E is silent, so the N is pronounced. Cousin. But here, cousin. Cousin, cousin. That's really interesting to remember. I'm just going to see if we are live on LinkedIn as we are already on the 9th minute at 1 a.m. and 9 minutes. So I'm really curious to know if we are finally live in LinkedIn. It's just an amazing test, by the way. And we are not live because I hijacked LinkedIn. That's my bad. It's just to know that when I go too much in advance, LinkedIn is not happy. So I will link the link to the video of YouTube in LinkedIn apologizing for the people that were waiting for me. So, Crystal, thank you so much for watching, and also thank you for the replay team that will watch YouTube anyway, even from LinkedIn. So with that, I am just checking if I have any news. I don't have any comments nowadays, and not any one on stage. So I'm going to continue. And this session will end in 5 or 10 minutes. So I was talking about the family, and let me know. Okay, so that's what I was saying. Cousin, cousine. Then belle-mère, beau-père. That's very interesting, by the way. That's very interesting because in English, you see the difference between stepmother, stepfather, and mother-in-law, father-in-law. So, I think that step means that it is not your father, but the partner of your mother, for instance. And here, mother-in-law, father-in-law, it's the parent of your partner, wife, husband, spouse, you name it. So you make a difference in English between these two. In French, both are the same. Belle-mère, beau-père, beau-parent. Belle-mère, beau-père, beau-parent. Both are the same. So if you say beau-père or belle-mère, without any context, without any explanation, you don't know if I'm talking about the father or the mother of my partner, spouse, etc. Or if I'm talking about the partner of my mom or of my dad. So really interesting. That's to know. Then what to say more? Like step brother, step sister. I think it's the same. You know, there is also daughter-in-law, son-in-law, probably also brother-in-law. I don't know. And in-law means the wedding or the contract partnership. You know. Then last but not least, adopted, which is adopté, surrogate, which is mère porteuse, twins, which is jumeaux, triplets, triplet, and of course, and so on and so much. But it's good to know that there is a jumeau for 2, triplet for 2, for 3, quadruplet for 4, quintuplet for 5, sextuplet for 6, septuplet for 7, octuplet for 8, nonuplet for 9, decuplet for 10. But after 6, it's already not easy, by the way. But it's just to know that it happens once in a million and all. But decuplet is not only like, oh, you have 10, but it is also like, 10 times. So decuplet. So that's it for the family members. And it's really interesting. There is another get, by the way, also that I'm going to share that I'm not going to, I was not seeing. And it is interesting because as you see the grandparents who are also having the grandchildren. And so the grandchildren, les petits-enfants. And then there is also the granddaughter, la petite fille, and the grandson, le petit. And that's really interesting. And then there is like the great grandparents, which is l'arrière-grand-parent, or the great grandfather, l'arrière-grand-père. And then, of course, there is the great grandson, l'arrière-petit-fils. Voilà. So that's in a nutshell. And then l'arrière-grand-père, the great grandfather. But it is another story. Aside that, the last but not least, I think, I don't know if it exists in English, the German cousin, le cousin germain. I really don't know. And aside that, I think it's all that I see. Ah, yeah, there is also, in terms of Christianity, um, in terms of Christianity, le parrain and la marraine, which is the godfather and the godmother. And there is also, last but not least, to be complete, and that I think it's the brother of your grandparents, le grand-oncle. So you add the uncle, which is the brother of your parents, but then there is a great uncle, which is the grand-oncle, which is the father of your grandparents. So that's it for me. We are already on the 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's a session that was last for wrapping up 3 days. Let me know if you have any questions about what I was talking during the challenge. So, to wrap up, if I can find the appropriate visuals, my friends, because I have a lot of visuals with me, and I have to find it. Oh, yes. So, we are, my friends, on the 8th of March and on the day 14. And so we have still 28 days before the end of the marathon. So we are only on the third of the path. And so day 1 was alphabet. Day 2 was personal pronouns. Day 3, possessive determinant. Day 4, possessive pronouns. Day 5, articles. Day 6, animals. Day 7, colors. Day 8, flowers. Day 9, transport. Day 10, desert. Day 11, house. Day 12, Olympic sports. Day 13, supermarket. Day 14, family. This is 2 weeks of, yeah, 2 weeks. And so there is still 4 weeks before the end of the marathon. So, in a nutshell, I'm going to talk from the day 1 to the day 5 because animals, colors, flowers, transport, deserts, house, sports, Olympic sports, supermarket, and family, you know all the terms in English. And for having them in French, you can also check the previous videos that are on YouTube. And so now I'm going to talk about the 5 first days because it's really interesting. So the alphabet, as you are knowing it in English, in French is the same. We use 26 letters in French. There are other extra letters, accents for each vocal. There is still with the Y, with the trema, but it's not so much used except for the proper noun. So I'm not going to talk about the Y, but I'm going to talk about the A, E, I, O, U. So A, E, I, O, U contains both the trema, which means pronounce me separately for the other letter, like aioli, that you are seeing in English, A-I-O-L-I. In French, it's A-I-O-L-I, but with the trema on top of the first I, because else it would be aioli, because A and I in the combination is A, like aimant, A-I-M-A-N-T. But aioli, so the I, the trema on top of the I. So trema, please pronounce me separately. Then the circumflex accent, it's either to announce a longer vowel, apôtre and not apôtre, or to etymological reasons like castle in English is chateau. C-H-A-T-A C-H-A-T-E-A-U. And the circumflex accent in top of the chateau, because castle was the old name in French. Like hospitalisation, hôpital, H-O-O is having the circumflex. So that's the accent. A-E-I-O-U. But then in top of that, there is a E accent, E and E, accent aigu, accent grave, élève, it's A-E-L-E-V-E, but the first E is A, the second E is E. Accent aigu, accent grave, élève. And on top of that, there is the accent on with the A, which is to separate for the other meaning. Like the simple letter A, without accent means a conjugate version of the verb avoir. Il a faim. But il est à Paris. À Paris. The A is with an accent. It's the preposition. Then, last but not least, there is also the accent on top of the U. OU without accent is the equivalent of or in English. I want coffee or tea. But then OU with the accent on top of the U, it's the location. Like, où est le café? Where is the coffee? So that's me in a nutshell for wrapping up the accent. And I will be complete when I will not talk about the CCD, which is CA. Café, C-A-F-A. Ça fait, C-A space F-A-I-E-T. That's my pun, by instance, café du bien. Because ça fait du bien. The CCD is, let me pronounce S. And it's up on aside the A, the E, the A, the I, and the, no, sorry. The A, the O, and the U. And feel free to check back the first day of the video. Now I'm going to talk really shortly because I'm going to lack of time. The personal pronouns, which is I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. And in that case, is je, tu, il, nous, vous, il. There will also il, elle, he, she. There will also il, which is it. Or it will be also about the verb, but it's another story. And there is also on, on. And the recent non-binary pronoun, which is the equivalent of they, them in English, which is IEL or IELS for the plural form, yel. Then the day number 3 was talking about the possessive determinant, which is mon, ma, mes, son, ça, c'est, ton, ta, tes, nos, notre, vos, votre, votre, vos, which is like my, your, him, her, etc. Then the day 4 possessive pronouns, le mien, le tien, le sien. That's to replace the noun, like ma table, la mienne. And then the day 5 was the articles, like determined, definite and indefinite. Le, la, that's precise. Un, une, that's not precise. Feel free to check the previous days. So right now we are on the 48th minute. I'm going to end this session. It was quite short, 16 minutes, but it was a wrap-up. So tomorrow we are on Sunday. It will be the May 9th. And let me know. Let me know what I would like, what you would like me to talk about. And if I don't have any feedback from you about what you would like me to talk about for the day number 15, in fact, for the May 9th, then I'm going to give you a surprise. Because it is the session that I would like you to tell me what do you would like to receive for the day number 15 on March number 9. That's it. Wish you an amazing end of the day and keep shining. See you tomorrow for Sunday. And keep shining. Thank you so much for your presence. And I would like also to you to check the right pain. And if you find value in my sessions, feel free to scan the QR code or to go to coffee.com/OliDirix, which is OLIDIERICKX. This is my coffee profile. You can see it on the visual, of course. And for that, you can scan also the QR code and buy me a coffee so that I can still pour